quick before we get this rolling.
For some reason, I thought we already took the interlude.
Oh.
No, I said my thing was that I was supposed to have a thing starting at the regular start time, and there's like, oh, it's starting from the regular start time, so they can turn up at any point in time and need me for like 15 or so minutes.
Understood.
Yeah.
Now I feel really bad for
Oh.
well, maybe I don't feel really bad. I slightly regret leisurely. Friends at home, welcome to Generic Fantasy Adventure, a D&D 5e actual play, the 3rd season, the 21st episode. I've been told you can't be a real actual play unless you you know what? I'm not gonna finish that. Never mind. I'm super salty about something. But you know what I'm not salty about? The memorial of the 30th year to the day for the release of Surf Ninjas, one of the greatest movies that has ever been created. Yes, Surf Ninjas, one day it would spawn a director who would think, I feel like sharks and tornadoes are a combination that should go together. I think I can sell it to the audience. If you can do Surf Ninjas, you can do Sharknado.
And thus it was born.
Yeah. Just absorb those facts right there for you.
I pretty much hated all of those sentences.
I'm still grappling with the fact that there's a bunch of people who live play games on this channel right now who are like, what is it we can't do? What is it we have to do to be real? Arthur won't tell us.
Secrets.
There is a subset of actual play people who do actual plays, paid actual plays, and they have created a list of rules that include who is allowed on an actual play and how balanced the cast should be in terms of incredible micromanagement of various circles of diversity. And I've been told that I don't meet any of the qualifications.
But aren't we just like a bunch of friends playing a game? And we just
yes, but we're not an actual play unless we meet this literal secret cabal of people who live in Los Angeles and have decided that all actual plays will be... It's not actual play unless you're an actor from Los Angeles.
Well,
otherwise, it's just sparkling people in a room together virtually playing a game. I'm really super bitter about it.
Another group of sentences I hate.
Listen, I'm surprised you hate Surf Ninjas. That was actually a good, bad movie.
I didn't see Surf Ninjas. I saw Sharknado, though.
Oh, interestingly, I've only seen Sharknado 2. I haven't seen any of the others. And I assure you, I'm not going to see Meg or Meg 2. Just not in my wheelhouse.
Unless it's a Family Guy rip.
Oh, yeah. Well, these movies seem like something that in the late 90s would have been replayed on Comedy Central really late at night. When
late night,
yeah. Sci-fi before it rebranded with the Y's and then rebranded itself. Okay, you know what? We're getting back into this game. James may disappear at any moment for any reason. So,
he's not even a rogue.
You don't have to be a rogue to disappear.
Doesn't hurt.
You think Jason Bourne is a rogue? He's clearly a fighter.
Yes. No, he's definitely a rogue fighter combo.
He's a ranger.
Okay.
He's too powerful to be a ranger.
He multi-class past level 20.
Multi-class. He's a multi-class.
It's like level 40.
Multi-pass?
Yes.
Yep.
Show of hands. Who's doing Baldur's Gate right now before we...
I wish.
All right, we got half the room. Listen.
One of my employees brings a Steam Deck and plays during lunch.
All right, okay.
Some people have all the luck.
I just wanted the audience.
I also want
home.
to point out every day he makes a brand new character. He has not gotten past the Goblin Village.
Listen, goblins, they're very powerful.
I have to tell you, that really is the quintessential D&D experience while playing solo, is going on to D&D Beyond and making 15 characters you'll never play. Be like, I perfectly handcrafted this.
So I'm gonna make one comparison. Say something I like about BG3. I also like about Arthur's games is that when you solve puzzles in BG3, you actually feel like, oh, that's cool. I actually solved an interesting puzzle. It's the same with Arthur's puzzles, is that they're not just, silly things that stupid logic puzzle. They actually have some thought to them. So I got to say that I see a bit of AP Gaming Real in Baldur's Gate 3.
Oh, thanks. That makes me feel really bad because for the Alvrea game next Saturday, I included a puzzle that can only be solved on a graphing calculator and is purely mathematical. So I think you just dunked on me while you were raising me up. But let's just go with that.
That sounds like
that's my superpower. I thought is to put you in when I'm not.
I know. As you said, the first conversation we ever had was you dunking on me for doing the rules wrong. Which ended with me going, hey, you want to come on the show sometime? That's my superpower, is when people dunk on me, I invite them to come on my show. You find yourselves in the back alleys of let's generically call it the Mechanist District of Esport, at a small back alley shrine dedicated to Coatl. Did not like your still somewhat atheist, still somewhat anti-religion schema. You have been greater restored back to your proper age through the intervention of Yorman Stonefaced, god of the forge, who has charged you with a geas that when you're not busy adventuring with your companion, Godric, you are to create new shrines. Although you've decided to go very Japanese and make small wooden shrines, which I know you think that's getting around what the god wants, but
you didn't
I
say
don't
the
know,
size
man.
of
You just
them.
need a little prayer box or something,
Yeah, so I'm saying just like a small one, you know, hand sized.
Yeah, but you'll be making hundreds of them instead of just one grand.
Wait, there was no quantity associated with the geas.
It didn't say make one shrine. It said make shrines, plural.
Yeah, more than one.
Yes. You could argue this with a god, but you don't speak god, so.
Don't. Only sometimes. And devils. I've seen both.
I mean, speaking to devils is not really a big accomplishment. Almost all of them speak common or have true speech, so.
Why do I feel we haven't had our last courtroom scene with De Niro?
Oh, boy. There's nothing I hate more in Dungeons
Listen,
and
that's
Dragons
my
than a courtroom
superpower, James,
scene.
okay? That's my superpower.
In the background of the five of you, including your dragon fan, getting together again, we can see that Dr. Lansky is talking to Virginia and saying some really shameless lies like, the only reason I came back here was to help our friend. I have to understand I have no ulterior motive. But isn't it time to let the past be the past? Just like these people originally assaulted us and tried to steal our things from a point of view and also attempted to sway us from our chosen quest, and eventually not only became something like friends, but also employers, where we briefly almost overthrew the Empire. Things can get complicated, Virginia, and still can reach out a hand for help. I'm just saying, don't have to not talk to each other. Still be friends. And while she mulls this over, he turns to look at the rest of you, and while she can't see his face, he gives you guys, exactly. This is a villainous shitlord schemer who's playing his hand back by something like a 21 from Guineria to convince Virginia that he isn't full of shit. So please, continue your conversation now that you are in Esport, have no idea what to do next, and have expended several spells for the day.
Yeah, that's right. How are we getting back?
I mean, presumably, if we use the same way, we just need Guineria to be able to rest and recover the teleportation circle spell.
Yes. We need some tiny gems to consume. And
I would also like to use one of the sending stones just to make sure that they closed the gate and they didn't leave it open.
just to make sure, AP, that like we have something like the gate at, or that something has been prepared at the keep to be a destination for a teleportation circle.
I believe there is I think you have to do it for a certain amount of time. Let me
Thankfully,
double check.
2 years have passed.
Well, let's double check before you teleport.
I think it requires every day for a year.
I seem to recall Gwyneria explicitly leaving this area to go, or did she? Your 2 years were spent writing your memoirs.
Yes, I didn't go anywhere.
All right, I'll buy that.
I was there for 2 years.
I'll buy that.
Sheesh.
Sure. You have carved a teleportation circle somewhere in Dragonhold. Where would you like it to be?
Out behind the theater. Yeah.
You know what it is? Something like, create it over a pit of lava, and then we just have to remember to cast fly before we teleport there. Anyone else that tries to use it suddenly falls into lava.
So
it looks like it's part of like scenery that you would move out into the theater.
Oh yeah, I've been to Disney World before. Go away green. Yeah.
Yeah.
It's like the Harry Potter wardrobe.
It's hidden away that way, so people won't think that it's a real portal. It's our kind of our emergency. They think it's a prop. Set dressing. But it's not.
Who is in charge of your finances?
Didn't we have a seneschal that we were trying to bring in at one point?
But you guys should have a certain amount of money left.
I'm pretty sure we've exhausted all. I was managing the party funds notepad document, but I'm pretty sure that we expended it all. So we're down to our personal wealth now.
Okay. You are certainly deeply in debt making this teleportation circle. Then it costs 18,250 gold.
Sheesh.
Okay.
Yep, that was more than I got.
Yeah.
Definitely more than I got.
I think, but not you aren't in debt in the same way that the president isn't in debt of America. Dragonhold is in debt for about $20,000 on top of your other expenses, and you're running in the red for a while. You decided to play Epic Game Store style.
Steam sale went on, and we're
The
now.
other question is whether we can use the gate that exists as part of as a destination. That's what I was going to ask too. Oh, I think my meeting is here.
Well,
Okay.
great. You asked the question. We'll see you in about 15 minutes. Perfect.
So how do we pay back our debt?
Oh,
That's what you want to worry about right now?
yeah. Well, there are several ways we can look for new mine shafts. Maybe there's some resources.
Well, if we leave the gate open to the public, we can charge a toll for people to come through.
Yeah.
At least until we get on our feet.
Yeah. I mean, the toll would eventually make the portal start paying for itself.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, it's going to take time, 20,000 gold in debt, but
Yeah, it's at least one other avenue that we can get money from, because at the moment we have 0 or maybe 1 or 2 things that we use to get money.
At 1 gold a trip, we need 20,000 people to visit in a year, and we'll be fine.
how much gold do I have left? How many horses and horse carts can I buy for 274 gold?
All right.
We're about to make Dwarfex a.
Do you want me to actually answer that question?
No,
Okay. Just making sure.
being silly.
You say
Definitely want to start like
Dwarfex? I
digging.
Yeah,
into-
Dwarfex.
I hate that so much.
I definitely want to like start digging into the mountain a little bit, because I know we started that already.
Call it a DPS, Dwarf Parcel Service.
That too.
I like it.
Parcel dwarf. That's what we'll call it.
Okay, but what do you guys want to do? We're talking around that part.
We have a whole other problem to deal with.
Yeah, don't we still have
Not
to go
right.
to the portal too?
Don't we have a whole realm of death marshaling armies probably to take over this world? Don't we need to worry about that?
Can't be in two places at one time. We need more people to do stuff at Dragonhold.
Well, what resources can we use here to broker some sort of trade? And what inn can we find to stay the night, get a really good rest, and return tomorrow?
So at Dragonhold, are we actually producing anything yet? Because we have the mines that are producing, what was it, like copper and zinc or something like that? Or it was copper and something. And then we have, I don't know if we started harvesting trees or not.
Oh,
I mean,
you've
we
been
used-
harvesting trees at it. You have a carpentry guild. You're harvesting trees for sure.
Okay.
It's copper and tin, by the way, because they were bronze.
Okay.
Oh, sorry, no, it was brass. Brass, copper, and
Yeah, I think copper and
yep, copper and zinc. So you originally had copper, and then a zinc became available when you threw the second dragon in there.
right.
I mean, you
So
know,
like, I was gonna say, are we
you're
are we
still
exporting
functionally
any of
in
the zinc,
debt.
or-
Yes, you are making some money.
okay? Just not enough to
make it positive.
yeah,
I mean, it's just
not
gonna
enough
take
to
a while.
recover.
Honestly, you're probably making more money tourist hosting bigwigs.
Mhm.
You know what I mean? Like you have a whole service industry.
All those dwarves I invited over.
Yeah, I
We're
have
gonna
to
be the
assume that
Vegas
the
of-
hot springs are the actual main moneymaker for the whole area.
Yeah, let's do it.
I mean,
Let's
people
be-
will pay ridiculous amounts of money for comfort. You want
Mhm.
to dig some rocks out of the ground, they're going to pay you rock bottom for that fucking shit.
True. It's not a bad idea, actually.
You
Make
know
our
what would help?
entire
Wait, sorry,
thing
you're saying it's
touristy.
not a bad idea to pay miners minimum wage possible?
No, it's not a bad idea to be a hospitality area.
I guess. I mean, it does rely on tourism in order to pull off what you want.
I mean, we have natural, forests and swamps and different biomes that people can.
And dragons that won't automatically eat you.
Yeah, right. It's a great
Yeah.
photo opportunity.
Exactly. Take a picture with a dragon.
You know, one thing I didn't mention is that your tower and all of the walls associated finally finished after 2 years of crafting.
Yeah.
So you have one of the most impenetrable defensive fortresses of completely modern design matched to the rustic original architecture. It's
Nailed
that
it.
fusion of old and new that you're looking for. One thing you don't
Nice.
have, though, is Imperial magic cannons.
We'll
Or
get 'em.
cannons at all.
We'll get there.
We'll just have to train some wizards.
Just another massive expense. Wizards, a thing that takes 50 to 80 years to create. Guineria will be the only one alive to see the first batch of wizards.
She'll take on our dream.
That's fine. That's fine. As blessed of the Canid Star, I shall oversee things until my star falls, burning brightly through the sky.
Okay.
One last time.
I was gonna say, who needs cannons when you have Bjorn's bowmen?
Oh,
Exactly. Exactly.
how does that work after a fight? Do troops level up? Do they improve?
No, but as mentioned, all of your troops are forming one much larger band, and they are now
Okay.
better.
Good. I think we need to adventure. I think we need to go find some lost treasures, some magical items.
We could probably do that by going through the portal.
Yeah, but there's a lot of dead things in there, and every time you kill something, it comes back. So we gotta be prepared.
Gotta be prepared wherever we go. Be prepared.
Ooh, could we
be
bring
prepared.
Vitoro the halfling?
So if we're short on cash, I'm gonna look for the Esport Adventuring Guild. Between myself and Tanira, who's been grinding levels or grinding rank.
Grinding ranks.
Excuse me.
Okay, sorry. You said you're looking for the local Adventurers Guild?
Correct.
Escort edition? Okay. Yeah. It will take several minutes of travel through the town, but off camera, you have someone who has been here before, who can guide you.
Just a random person in James's house.
Yeah. When you arrive, it is not like Orish Bond's Adventuring Guild, which was sparsely populated, filled with drunks and people eating. It's somewhat more professional here, almost like a mercenary hall. And I don't mean mercenary like people with their boots up on the table wearing a wolf hide. Small groups of what looks to be the most presentable members of every band are sitting at the front end of a table, the closest to the counter, and then everybody else is sitting slightly further down. So if you want to hire somebody for an adventure, you can go and talk to the presentable, clean-cut ones rather than the dirty wizard who killed his entire family with fire 12 years ago and is still trying to get over it and hasn't taken a shower in a few days.
I was going to say, everyone was looking at Tanira until you said hasn't taken a shower in a few days.
So Tanira, who hasn't taken a shower in 2.5 years because she just uses your magical stone.
Every time we go back to Dragonhold, I take. Well, every time we go to a town that has a bath, I take one.
All right,
usually.
I'll buy that. But normally you're just like, I just clean myself up using the stone.
I mean, it's I can use it, but like
it's
what's
magic,
a good
so
bath?
it lets me be lazy.
It's like taking a
bypass
shower versus taking a bath. Some luxury in the bath, okay?
Okay.
Right? Like you can't like set the scene and like surround yourself with like candles and some good wine and then use the stone and just be like, well, that was all that ambiance for nothing.
Exactly.
Somewhere out there, a smorgasbord platter with like some Boursin cheese, like crackers and various savory meats, waiting for someone to walk up to it with a little stone and go, yum. All right. The attendant looks at you and sees that both of you have Adventuring Guild tokens to some extent, and says, welcome. This is a tiefling man with dark red skin, purple eyes. His tail is wagging behind him like a dog's. Like it's slightly more prehensile than normal. Like it's like a solid bar wagging back and forth rather than like a sinuous whippy
It's like
tail.
a long Rottweiler tail.
There's something I can help the two of you with.
Looking for work.
I see. What kind of work are you looking for exactly?
The kind that pays really well.
Okay. Can I see your identification?
Yeah, I'm assuming I would have
your
something for the guild.
Band that has
my plate or whatever.
Metal. Yeah. He just double checks to make sure that your names are on the back. And he says, if you'll excuse me, I'll go to the back and see what our clientele have available. If you'd like to take a seat at one of the available tables,
Gotcha.
it is courteous to leave your negotiator as close to the floor of the table as possible.
Okay. This guy took mine and Tanira's plate, right?
Mm-hmm.
Because I'm pretty sure during those 2 years, Tanira outranks me now.
Yes.
Yep.
Cool. And I'm going to make sure that Gwenira sits near the head of the table. She's in the negotiating position.
Okay.
Yeah.
Oh, all right. Yes.
They send someone out to see if you want any food or drinks. They've got some light potato-based
Yes.
dishes.
Yeah.
So they have crinkle cut fried potatoes. Then they have.
They got waffle fries.
No, they have crinkle cut, not waffle cut. They haven't developed the waffle cut technology. That requires really specific metalwork.
Godric's been working on
Been working on it.
the waffle fry for a
He's
while.
got the he's got the slicing cast for it.
Yeah.
He's like,
It's going to
"Oh,
be a
boy.
huge export in Dragonhold. That's where we're going to get all our
Right.
money.
It's going to be a reason why people come visit.
Yep,
I'm telling you,
that's what I'm
boys, if we take what we use for cookies and we use them on potatoes, we could take the potato game to a whole new level.
saying.
I'm telling you, rather than just shaping stars, what if we had star-based potatoes? What if we had waffle potatoes? Somewhere there's a dwarf going, some things are not meant to see the light of day. Yeah, just a bunch of potato-based dishes. And some decent beer. A little warm.
Okay.
You all get a feeling of being watched, although only James's character has a high enough pass. Well, I think Lauren's pass was pretty high right now. Do you have a 21?
22?
22. Okay.
Let
You
me double check
definitely sense that you are being watched by a invisible entity right now. They are moving through the room, and you get the feeling that their attention is focused on your group. They kind of circle your table before leaving, and about 20 seconds later, the guild attendant comes out and says, we do have a job offer for you. If you'd like to come to one of the conference rooms in the back, the client wishes to meet. I have the details right here on this card if you'd like to refuse heading back.
Oh, we should definitely look at that.
Yes.
Please.
Okay. This is a job to kill the Chamber of Government here in Esport, to eliminate the Independent Republic's entire leadership in like a lightning strike on their senatorial's floor.
Probably not the best diplomatic mission for us. Just saying.
You walked into the Adventurers Guild and said, I want a job that makes lots of money.
Yeah.
These are the kind of jobs people get paid lots of money for.
I don't think it would be in the best interest
Is there any way to see who the employer is?
It's not here on this card.
Okay.
Is there anything else?
So you wish to reject this particular?
Yes.
Yeah.
Understood.
We want to make money, but maybe a little less treason.
A little less
Unsavory
politically.
means. Understood.
Sure.
I'll see if I can find something in the 3rd or 4th tier categories.
Appreciated.
Hands to the back. His tail is wagging incredibly fast right now.
Man, this is a happy boy.
Can I investigate the room to try to see if I can figure out who's been watching us?
Yeah, make an insight check.
Okay.
Although I don't know that you know that you've been watched, because I don't know that anyone said
my
anything.
perceptions.
No, I'm gonna make. I think after the leaves, it's like, before the attendant came out, some sort of invisibly servanty thing is inspecting us. So we are definitely being watched.
Would I know if that's like normal for the guild?
25.
The last major mission you did for the guild, before that, you were invited to a back room with a mysterious cloaked figure who had some sort of face disguising and voice disguising device, who asked you to go to a temple that they couldn't tell you that much about and clear out the people who didn't belong there. So, yeah, I mean, like, you know, a lot of adventuring is kind of just murdering whatever's at a site with a thin veneer of righteousness sometimes. So it's
Sometimes
not
very
unusual to be scouted by the client in some way.
The client who we just refused the ticket for.
Well, let's face it. If they wanted us to use a whole bunch of lightning to eliminate a whole bunch of senators or what have you,
That's a great line for James to come back to, by the way.
Yeah,
Right. Hey, James,
I mean-
we're not doing anything suspicious.
no, I you know,
By the way, rocks fell and everyone died.
yeah.
Yep.
So we're rolling up our new characters now. Yeah.
Yep.
Stop
Sure.
rolling.
I mean, you want a lightning strike on a bunch of people. I'm the only one who can do that. And I'm not in the mercenary guild. I'm just helping you. So I don't know. I just don't think it was appropriate.
Yeah. I don't think it's the kind of job that we want to be associated
No,
with.
I mean monsters.
We're a
Bandits,
we're a fairly
reavers.
new city, so
Yeah.
don't think it's great to attack another city, especially after we just
Yeah.
went through a war to protect our own.
Right. We're also kind of diplomats, and that looks kind of bad when diplomats
Mm-hmm.
Kill other.
show up in a new city and start killing the
Yeah.
Senate.
Yeah, let's not do that.
But this food, though,
Potato food.
You guys
Yeah.
like waffles. Think about if we were to make waffles out of like sliced potato and then like deep fry it.
You're really trying to make streets.
if you're trying to make it, Godric, I'm trying to eat it.
You put different seasonings on that, Godric.
Oh, of course.
Sometimes spicy, maybe a little
Sauces.
sweet, some maybe a little cheesy.
Right.
You know.
somewhere out there, someone's going paprika.
Mmm.
At this point, the attendant comes back with another card. You are looking at a mission. The card explains that the client is a young person who recently had to evacuate their hometown and has traveled many miles to Esport in order to find heroes who will help them liberate their town from an evildoer. They've tried going through local, municipal functions, and no one will listen to them or no one will care. They are putting up their grandfather's sword and all of the gold that they have in their bag, which, that's the reward. But the attendant has counted it. It's about like 4,800 gold. To go to their town and drive out the villains who have taken it over.
Gotcha. Do we want to do the 7 Samurai quest?
Yes.
Let's. I think we can take the gold and just put it in a communal dragon hold fund.
Yeah.
Also, it's a great diplomatic mission for us as, ambassadors of Dragonhold to liberate another town. So you never know what
Right. that
that could give us.
The town is probably called Dragonhold, and we're the evil. No, we built it, so
We built this city
I
on
think it should be fun. This sounds like what we do. This is what adventurers do. Heroes. Hero work. Worthy tales. Worthy of song, of story, of spectacle, if you will.
We'll build this city on waffle fries.
Yes.
You felt like you couldn't say that out loud,
Yes.
but you could spam it in the Zoom chat.
We're gonna build it. I swear, we're gonna build it on waffle fries. Tourist / vacation / timeshares / waffle fries.
Mhm.
I think this is something that we should endeavor to do. What do you say?
I believe.
Okay.
I was going to say I believe we're supposed to negotiate with the client, but it doesn't sound like this client has much room for negotiation.
Yeah, I think he's giving us everything, so I don't think there's more negotiating that we could do.
I was going to say, is it a young girl on behalf of her entire village?
The attendant says, if you would like to meet with the client, take you back to the room?
Yeah,
Yes.
I believe we would like to meet the client.
He just quietly says, okay, and nods and leads you to a room. You can see that there is that kind of magical privacy veil to protect both sides from being seen, but the client has disabled it. It is a 15-year-old boy who's wearing like sturdy lumberjack clothing, looks like some sort of carpentry apprentice. He has like a adult's greatsword strapped to his back that looks a little bit too big and very unwieldy while seated in a chair, and a pile of coins in front of him. A bunch of scrapes and cuts, like a weird set of bike marks on like his exposed shoulder area, and like near his neck, and then he has like a weird like burn birthmark that looks kind of like a dragon above his right, like right up here, above his right eye.
Mm.
Also, he's a gnome, so he's just like 3.5 feet tall.
So, like a great, you said he was carrying a great sword. Would be like a long sword to anyone else, or is this like
No. It's still a fully functional, like 5-foot long sword.
Okay,
It's like
Carrying it.
much taller than he is.
He's carrying it in the landscape way.
He has problems with doorways.
I mentioned it was awkward on him.
okay.
He was slumping down, and he sets his shoulders back and sits up in his chair, and he says, "Hey, what's going on? I'm Spark Booty Blaster. I'm from Oatville. It's a couple hundred miles to the east. Why are you all? Why do you? Why do you all look like that when I said my name?
Did you say his name was Spark
Sorry,
Booty
we just-
Blaster?
My name is Spark Booty Blaster. It's a very
Okay.
common name. You know, no one ever
Understood.
laughs when halflings call themselves Big Feet or Proud
do.
Daddy. All right, both canonical token names. But
It
you
must
call
have been
yourself.
something.
I'm from a culture which recognizes these things. So I
Thank you. I
don't think-
appreciate that.
I think there was something in the potato food.
I mean,
it's
just to be
messing
clear,
with my
this
eyes.
This is like a 15-year-old gnome kid, so he's like really pissed off that you're not taking him seriously.
I will smooth things over.
Sit down, lad. We're here to talk about. You have some problems you want us to take care of.
Yeah. So puts his knuckles on the table. Some people came into my town and started pushing everybody around. Things got kind of weird. And you know, we're used to bandits showing up and stuff like that. Normally we just give them some money and they leave eventually. My parents say you got to kill them with hospitality, you know? Give them all of the best cooking, make sure that they've got some nice rugs so that they have a place to sleep. You know, read them books when they want to go to sleep. But these guys, you know, they didn't ever want any of our food, and they kept doing weird stuff about housing problems. They just wanted their own place that no one could go into, and they didn't like any of our books, and they didn't like our hospitality, and just like they always get like a weird feeling about them. Anyway, so no one in my village wanted to do anything. So I just took whatever steps had to be taken to make something happen. So that's why I'm here.
What did they look like?
Make a Arcana check.
Should we use my one from earlier?
You know, no.
Okay.
I'm sorry. This is actually a religion check.
Fuck. Even worse.
You're a fucking monk. How can you be bad at religion? Okay.
Have you seen my recent talks with God?
He starts describing random humans.
I was
There's
going to
nothing-
say, can I make the religion check? Or
Yes, of course.
Okay.
What would you
I
do
mean,
if I
if he's
said no?
describing-
You absolutely can't.
I got a 16.
You're starting to put some things together. The people that they're talking to, they don't eat food. They appear to have a weird thing about houses. This guy has bite marks on his neck. You're
I'd like to
starting to think that there's a
investigate that.
very specific type of undead that is known for most of the traits.
Right.
Is the bite mark something that should be addressed by Godric as sort of a preventative measure?
I mean,
maybe?
on a 16, you know that this is probably a vampire or something like a vampire. That's all you got.
So right in front of this kid, I wanna call everyone into a group huddle. Just be like, okay, guys, do we feel like taking on a bunch of vampire bandits?
I do.
Okay, that's
And then
what.
blast them
Yes,
with lightning. And,
yes,
turn
you
them to
can
red
blast
mist.
them with whatever.
So,
Yeah.
we're just on the other side of a room from each other. I can hear everything you're saying. I just can't see you. You all look blurry to me. Did you say these were vampires?
Wait, what are you talking about?
What are you
kid?
talking about?
What are you talking about?
What are...
All right,
Listen.
it sounds like your problem is vampires, based upon our understanding of what it sounds like. Anyway, we don't know that until we
Particularly
get there.
undead vampires.
Are there non-undead vampires?
He's got me there.
Did this guy just slip into a Jersey accent?
Yeah, he did.
Spark Booty Blaster always had a slight accent. It's just I'm ramping it up now because I'm agitated. He introduced himself, I believe, as Spark Booty Blaster.
Okay.
Yeah, we were laughing too hard to hear the Jersey accent.
Okay. Yeah. Yeah. It appears you're probably dealing with vampires.
They watch. So Spark stands up and starts walking in a circle and freaking out.
You okay, Mr. Booty Blaster?
Feeling all right?
Listen, Mr. Booty Blaster is my grandfather. Okay, just call me Spark.
Your parents said to kill him with hospitality. Is that sword's called hospitality or?
What? No, I mean, who names swords? It's just a
I mean,
sword.
Hospitality is the exact wrong thing to use on vampires because it gives them the ability to enter your home.
That's true. They did always ask to come into our homes.
Does the
I thought
sword
it
have a
was just-
name?
No, the sword. I just told you the sword. Who names their swords? It's a tool. Do you name your gardening shears?
That's not a weapon.
Yes, Mr. Snips. I mean, come on. Who doesn't?
You guys are weird.
We know.
We also don't have a vampire problem.
Also that. How do you feel about potatoes cut into little crisscross applesauces?
I think that we are
For the
willing and able
record,
to
I was
help
gonna
you,
let that die.
Spark.
Does
Sorry.
Spark look wounded at all?
Yes, as I mentioned, he has
I was gonna
several
say,
wounds
can I-
on his shoulder.
Is there
and
any way-
bite
Can I do
marks.
like a medicine check on the kid real
Yeah,
quick, just to
I
see
was-
if he's actually okay, or
Yeah, make a medicine check.
Definitely.
and if my
Definitely.
mouse will work? There we go.
I feel like we can get into their good graces. Nice.
Okay. 18.
Yeah, he definitely seems a little anemic. And he has what one would term medically a level of exhaustion.
Okay. All right, I'm gonna take the kid and I'm gonna bring him back to the table and get him to sit down in
so
the
the
chair.
problem is you can't cross to his side. There is
Oh,
a
I can't.
transparent barrier to prevent clients and clientele from interacting.
Okay.
Killing each other.
All
I
right.
mean, he has disabled the privacy barrier on his side, but yours was still active when you came in the room.
Oh, can we
Gotcha.
just deactivate it? Deactivate it?
Yeah.
We can do that.
All right. He takes a look at the four of you and he goes, "Huh." And then he takes a look at the dragon. And he just like tries to whip the sword out.
Wait,
Alright,
no,
it's
no,
alright.
no, no.
He's our
It's
friend.
fine.
All right.
Listen,
so
we
he's
know you've
struggling
been-
with-
The second the wall is down, I'm over there trying to get the kid to come sit down.
All right. Make an
Wait.
athletics check.
Okay.
We should be a little bit more diplomatic. We're just literally manhandling this kid to try to help him without explaining anything.
I mean,
You
I'm trying to be gentle with them. I'm not like
Yeah, but
picking him
you
up and
didn't
putting
say
him in the
anything.
chair.
We just dropped the shield and we went over and grabbed him.
Can we clip the moment where De Niro said we should be more diplomatic?
Hold on.
Listen, it's a child. Let's not manhandle the child.
What I was trying to say is you get advantage because he technically has disadvantage on all checks.
Oh, because of exhaustion.
Yeah.
Good. when my mouse decides to work again.
But there was so much going on.
Come on.
So much memory.
Yep. All right.
Too much.
I'm getting waffle fries after this. I don't know about y'all.
One more. There we go. 19.
Nice.
You get. I mean, I want to say that you get a hand on the hilt of the sword to prevent him from drawing it, and use the other one to guide him to the seat, where he struggles kind of weakly with you.
I want to like put a hand on his shoulder and then just slide my hand around so that I got him like by both shoulders, and I'm just pulling him towards the or guiding him back towards the chair, and he can't draw the sword because now there's a Godric in the way.
Right. He's got that kind of freaky strength people who've been running away from home for days and are completely amped up on adrenaline have. That's
He's also like a farm kid, right?
Collapse out of him. I mean, yeah, he's a 15-year-old gnome, you know.
Listen. We're just trying to help. We notice you have some injuries. Godric is just here to soothe those ails. This will affect you physically.
I haven't agreed to hire any of you yet.
And we're still trying to help you free of charge. We just want you to be okay.
I want to like explain to the kid medically what is going on with him.
Okay.
Just like, you're exhausted, you've obviously lost a lot of blood. You need to sit down and drink some water, and like, I don't know, they don't have Gatorade. I'm gonna tell them like orange juice. Like, we need to get the kid an orange juice.
Figure that out after the waffle fries.
Yeah.
I think you have an alchemical jug, so you can just make water.
I mean, I have a endless decanter.
Oh yeah, you can just use the endless.
Yeah.
Yeah. You need water.
I'll pour him water while
like,
Godric is explaining his medical stuff.
I want to assume that your Heward's spice pouches could be like salt, sugar, electrolyte, calcium,
you got an electrolyte
potassium, magnesium.
Like, just in front of him, I'm pulling stuff out, and I make like lemon lime Gatorade.
That feels real specific.
Real
but you
lemon.
know what? We're gonna let that happen.
It's yellow flavor.
Yeah, yellow.
Kind of yellow green, really.
It's the yellow flavor, and it's just a little bit warm, which for some reason is the only Gatorade that still tastes okay, kind of warm.
I like the blue kind really cold.
Blue kind cold is the best. Yeah.
But I like the blue kind. I don't know if it's the same flavor in Australia as there, but I do like blue Gatorade.
So is he going to let us?
I mean, he does. He lets you do what you. I mean, listen, you're strong enough that you can make him do whatever you would want.
After that,
we're giving him the option to refuse,
make everybody back away.
Yeah.
Is he healed?
I mean,
I doubt
you can heal.
You can't heal fatigue.
Yeah, I was gonna say you heal away the damage, but I believe you can heal fatigue with greater restoration. But you're obviously not using that.
I don't have enough spices in my spice pouch. My like 3 spice pouches to make a Monster Energy drink.
Damn.
I'm not certain you would want to. That's taking the problem and moving it down the line. That in 2 hours he's gonna have even worse problems.
Yeah.
I'm just trying to imagine all the smoking armor with all the spice pouches around him.
Now I want to imagine he uses the smoke armor to like smoke
his meats.
Yeah.
I was thinking of like some
he
of the
just like
spices
puts it underneath the meat and lets it go up into it.
He just wears raw meats and then straight up he pulls them off.
You know,
when
in
they're
like
done?
drinks where they pour something and then the fire goes off like little embers. Like I imagine that the spices just coming off and making little fire embers.
I think we all need a good night's rest, and tomorrow we should set out and we should
Help you with your problem.
Yeah.
Yes.
When she says good night's rest, I poke the kid in the chest and say, "You especially."
Just bullying kids now, huh?
We can put them up for the night too, wherever we're staying.
Yes.
Yeah.
Okay, where are you staying?
The place that is not too expensive but not poor as hell either.
I mean,
It has to have a bath.
I'll go to the local inn and excuse me, get to like I guess like fancy rooms or whatever. So I'll pay for myself
Pass.
and for the kid.
It'll be 2 gold pieces a night per person.
Okay.
Okay.
They're
Wow.
charging
Okay.
you the same amount for a dragon.
Is there like a hallway or something that has like a lot of rooms that we're staying in, or
It's gonna. I mean, if you're all staying, they're just gonna give you like a exterior. What's it called when the building is not attached to another building?
Semi-attached.
Semi-attached suite series of rooms, like a central common room. That's
Got
only you guys can go into.
perfect?
Okay, so Spark gives you the sword and says, "I'm gonna when the job is done, get the gold and have my
course.
grandfather's sword."
I'd like to take a look at the sword.
Okay.
Yeah, I was gonna say,
Crazy.
can I cast Identify on it?
You have Identify?
Yes.
You cast Identify, and you are hanging in the air above a endless sea lava. And the sky above you is fire. The sword floats between you and nothingness. It stretches in every direction. As you hear a voice say, "So, it has come to this, the ancient sword of the Booty Blaster line. This sword channels the power of the moon through its blade, allowing one to send out moon power when it is swung, enhancing its blows. This sword can only reach its full potential when wielded by the Dragon Warrior, who's prophesied to one day come around.
I imagine all of that in like a Jersey accent.
Otherwise, this will act as a +1 sword with D6.
Okay.
Everything collapses. You're back, just
Okay.
including the sword casting Identify on it.
Gotcha. You said +1 sword or +1 great sword?
+1 great sword.
Okay.
With 1d6 force damage. But when wielded by the Dragon Warrior of the Booty Blaster line,
I'm assuming
Kung Fu
that's
Panda 4.
I mean,
The
you
kid
could.
does have a
You have
dragon
legend
tattoo.
lore. You could technically legend lore the
Do it.
Dragon Warrior of the Booty Blaster line.
Not today.
We'll bring it back to Dragonhold and do it later. We got a collection of swords going on now that I think about it, because we have the one sword from when we first got there and we fought that guy.
You have the Curse Sword from Black Dragon's Half Dragon
Oh, yeah.
Spawn.
Also that. 3 swords. Do a whole book on swords, Lauren.
There's still another volume of elf history to tackle.
True. After that.
After that.
You're gonna do
After
just
that.
make a book called Jane's Fighting Swords. First of all, I don't know that anyone got that reference except maybe James. Laura got it as well. Yeah, that
I
makes
got
sense.
it. I know what
All
it
right.
is. I'm old enough. I know.
Old enough. I mean, you'd have to be 200 years old to be old enough for that one, but all right. Spark just paces around angstily, saying really cringy teenage shit like, we don't have time to wait here. I have to get back. Before collapsing after about 15 minutes of angsting, just,
Sounds about right.
yeah.
I picture him and like Sparky bouncing really bad ideas off each other, but they're like encouraging each other like they're good ideas.
No. Sparky's a youth pastor now. I feel like he's definitely handling this kid. Remember, Sparky has a full-on mantle made of his own scales and a cape, and he plays songs. Now, admittedly, most of the kids he's handling are much younger than this, but yeah, he like takes the kid and just takes him on a walk around the common area over and over again. He's just like, yeah, man, your ideas sound very interesting. We should, investigate that further. What do you think would happen if we did that? Until the kid's just like, I'm actually feeling really tired.
I'm real tired now. I'm gonna
Collapse.
go back home. We should
It's
probably get a
midday
good
for
night
you
rest.
guys.
Oh,
You've officially accepted this contract.
midday.
Is there anything else we need to do an escort before we speak to this guy tomorrow? Or
I'm gonna go back and find Lansky.
How
I
do
would
you
like to do
intend to
that.
find Dr. Lance?
I'm gonna go shopping for some clothes.
I have no idea, but I think that maybe just wandering around the town just for now. I'm
Take a
gonna go
charisma
back.
saving throw.
Gonna say,
if you
just
really
go-
want to,
just
if
look
you
for
really want to
Virginia.
find him, he'll know you're looking for him, and he'll find you.
Exactly.
Exactly his plan.
So the question is, does he want to be found?
Dun dun dun.
Yep. 11.
On an 11, after about 20 minutes, you're just walking around. You don't really have any aim, and someone brushes up next to you. When you turn, it's Lansky. 11. A +7 to a charisma save is really high. A 4 should not have gotten you to a 10.
No,
but
it should not
did.
have, but hey,
It did.
you know.
A normal person would need like a 7 or more to pass this,
Yes.
but
You are no normal person.
Lansky is he brushes up against you, but he turns slightly away from you and pretends that he's stopped to read from a little book that he's taken from a coat pocket, and then while reading it says, while pitching his voice towards you, "I'm told you're looking for me."
I wanted to check in on you and see how things were with Virginia, and if you needed anything else from me.
I'd say that that's none of your business, but things are going fine for a first step. I appreciate your help, but
My good
our
doctor.
relationship is quite private. I'm
I do
sure I can handle
understand.
things from here.
You asked for assistance, and I simply want to make sure that the job is complete.
I appreciate
Yeah.
that you were there when I needed it.
Very good. That is all I wanted to do. We do not leave tasks with loose ends.
Okay.
So
So, just to be clear, he starts walking away from you because what you just said is, "That's all I wanted."
yeah, that's all I wanted to
Okay.
do. He doesn't need my help any further. I just wanted to check.
Okay. I didn't know if you needed help from him about this
No.
job. All right.
No,
Yes. He leaves.
I just wanted to make sure that our requirement of getting in here was
Make an
fulfilled. and
insight check. Make
He
an
won't come
insight.
back to us and say, "Hey, remember when I helped you? You didn't really do what you needed to." I'm gonna
That's
make
not
sure.
very Dr. Lansky-ish. I mean,
No.
he isn't adventuring.
14.
Okay, a 14. He certainly thinks he's got it all figured out, especially in the department of romance, but you can already tell this guy's going to slip up and fuck up at some point. For sure. That's his own business, though.
Pretty on brand.
As long as we are square. That's all.
Okay. He certainly believes he's got it all in hand. With that, we are going to take our first and only. Come back in about 5 minutes for the second half, which I always want to say, but don't often actually mean. Well. Dive at the second half. The Spark is basically being pushed into bed by your dragon blood. It's late midday. What can I do?
I definitely wanted to go shopping a little bit for some, I don't know, some regional clothes that are a little bit more specific to this area. Maybe some heavier clothes just in case. Just want to be prepared and also kind of get a better understanding maybe from the locals to the town that we're going to, if they know anything.
Okay. I mean, you're the artist, so just imagine what fantasy adventure California West Coast clothing looks like, period-wise.
Gotcha.
It's a bit closer to Cowboy Town, honestly. Panning gold era of California, not yo, what's up, brah? 90s,
Right,
you know?
right. So no tank tops.
Can
No
I get
tank
a
tops.
cowboy hat to put on top of my helmet?
Goldfinger hasn't written Superman yet, so you know, Tony Hawk doesn't exist for a couple hundred more years. He's actually Anthony Hawk, and he's an actual hawk.
Oh,
He's a hawk druid that can shape change into a human.
and
that's
dropping
how he
on
gets-
those sick half pipes.
Yeah, that's how he gets so much air, is that he's actually a bird, and so that's why he's, you know, really good at doing rotations in the air.
Right. The half pipes are just like huge mountains that he just comes down and swoops down on.
Could you imagine doing a half pipe off a mountain? Like several minutes of half piping? First of all, that's not even half a pipe. That's a full-on pipe.
It's a full pipe. It depends on if there's another mountain on the other side.
I mean, the thing about mountains is if you go far enough around the world, there's always the mountain on the other side, because it's
You're
the
right.
other side of the mountain that you just came down. You know what they say? There's always
yes.
another mountain.
So just grab a couple pieces and maybe like a hat for Guineria. So I got one.
I want
Yeah.
to imagine it's an Indiana Jones hat
Perfect.
Trilby.
made out of some fine orca leather.
I will do that then.
Stylish. Yeah.
I think that while you're shopping, listen, I feel like you reek money, honestly. I mean, you look like someone who has lots of money. You know what I mean? You don't look like you're from around here.
Yeah, for sure.
You have
I
magic
think because I'm
items
not
on
around. Yeah. Damn. You're right.
you end up having someone follow you that's just like, hey, over here, down here. Hey.
Oh,
You look
hello.
down, and slightly behind you, you can see that there's a half goblin, half lizard man who's like trying to reach up and grab at your waistband and going, yeah, okay, look, you seem like you don't know like what's going on around here and you need like a guide or something to help you buy stuff. I'm a fixer for local adventurers. I know who's got the good deals. You know, who's selling you the what's the equivalent of t-shirts? Who's selling you ponchos for 10 gold with you know the brand name prints, and where you can get them for 2 gold in the back of the shop? You know what I mean? I know people. So for a low price, I can take you around, get you to meet all the people you need to meet, not just the people you want to meet.
No, thank you. I'm quite all right.
Okay, all right. He looks really sad and he turns, and where normally there would just be a little goblin butt, instead there's a wizard man tail, and it's very sadly drooping, slowly moving back. He turns to move away, and then very fakely looks back over his shoulder with a tear in his eye. Okay, when you know him, he continues to walk away. All right.
I just want to go. I just want to like adventure around the town and just kind of look at things on my own.
Okay.
I don't necessarily need the best prices at the moment.
So a lot of the alcohol here is pre-mixed cocktails.
Yeah.
Why are you
Just
looking at me
shopping.
weird like that? You know, like you buying a Long Island iced tea in a glass container pre-made. Don't act like that's weird.
No.
That's super normal in tourist
Yeah.
destinations.
I get it. It's just not on my mind at the moment.
Don't you live in Las Vegas?
I do, but Tanira doesn't.
I was gonna say you could probably get a Long Island iced tea at a gas station.
Yeah, I can. It was actually weird because when I go over to California sometimes to visit family, I forget that I'm not here. So I'll like go through self-checkout with just stuff and they get like super uppity about it. I'm like, oh, sorry. Not used to that. But yeah. Just perusing, trying to kill time until,
Okay.
The night. Maybe meet up with everybody afterwards to kind of get
Right.
dinner and talk about the upcoming shenanigans.
You meet up with everyone over a local meal. Involves potato bread, lots of potato-based dishes, and then something that's apparently a meat substitute that's meant to look and taste like meat, but is entirely potato.
Project, we have to do something about this potato situation. We can capitalize in this place.
Potato meat insults me.
Yeah.
It's Esport. There are two things they have in abundance: fish and potatoes.
Well, we know we were getting our potato stock from.
So Sparky is sitting in the way a humanoid would sit, and he's at the table with you, and he goes, so, like, I appreciate that you need some cash, and I understand that you've accepted this contract, but are we going to talk about, the death plane in the room?
And we need to get back there, but I don't know that we can really use the way we got there previously now.
So we're gonna have to find an alternative means.
Right.
I mean, originally we talked about investigating the cult around that necromancer we saw.
Okay.
From what I can tell, we can probably get some information when we go to this new town, if they know anything, which is unlikely, but still a potential lead.
What
Okay.
do you think, Sparks?
Dead. I was thinking vampires.
I'm just really concerned that we're throwing ourselves into a random job for cash when, we've set the front door alarms off, and we don't know how long we have before something follows back to Dragon, or just comes to us. We don't know anything. We don't know anything.
It's true.
We may not be under threat. Dragonhold may not be under threat, but we don't know whether that's true or not because we don't know anything. I think what I'm suggesting is we need more information, and I'm not sure we can do that while we're taking a 15-year-old. So, what did you call it earlier? Seven Samurai? I'm a fictional character, so I don't get that reference.
Well, they are undead vampires.
Wow. Okay. Listen.
Maybe there's a connection.
That would be like if I was sitting at a table with you and we were going to fight some dragons, and you said, "Well, you're a dragon," and I was. It's this racial profiling is very insulting.
Wait, we haven't done that?
I mean,
look, there could very well be a connection here, but you didn't know that they were undead when you accepted.
No, just a bonus.
Okay.
But he does have a point. We don't know if they know who we are when we went through or have a connection. Well, they might know where the portal leads, but there's a lot of things we don't know, and I think we're just trying to figure that all out.
Listen, to go back home, we need materials for the portal spell, don't we? We need money for the materials. Yeah. We kind of came to Esport without a plan on how to get back.
Okay,
yes.
Well, now we're in Esport, and you have no plan for how to get to Spark Booty Blaster's village and back, which it's hundreds of miles, so we have no horses. The last horse we had was turned into a skeleton and then died again.
We can buy horses here.
Yeah, I was going to say, can we buy horses here?
I assume so.
Then we'll do that.
Mm-hmm.
I'm just saying, we don't have any rations. We don't support us. No wagon, no horses.
We have potions.
Okay.
We'll get horses.
I'm not saying we can't do these things. I'm just saying we are not prepared to go on an adventure right this. I'm worried we're so distracted from this massive wall that's in front of us. We're running around doing anything else to avoid looking at the wall. That wall is the plane of death.
Wolf can wait.
No, go ahead.
We do need to get back to the keep, to Dragonhold. So I left the room before. Did we work out we can get there or not in the end?
Yeah.
With teleportation circle.
Mm-hmm.
You're just dead.
All right. Yeah. Okay. So we're a rest away from being able to provided Quineri's happy to learn the spell again or memorize the spell again. We're a day away from being able to return to Dragonhold. I don't know that we have, short of trying to go back through that gate, I don't know we have the technology in Dragonhold to really reach the plane once again. So we need to find out more. We need to ensure that they can't get to us through that portal. And then, I don't know, do we return to the Empire to try and find more information about this cult or where it came from?
I mean, having a conversation with the Emperor might not be a bad idea as far as protection for various lands other than our own.
I don't know.
At least keep him informed so we have good relations with him.
I don't know how open his door is to us.
Yeah, I know, but we have had it open before, so, you know. Probably not me going would be a plus.
I mean, would one of us even have to go? Could we send like an emissary or a diplomat?
Yes.
I don't think they would get in if it wasn't like, I mean, I think he's pretty busy.
Could we request an emissary from them to bring us the information? I mean,
Or even
somehow
if we
send a
just
message.
sent I was gonna say, even if we just sent a messenger.
How about all of those things?
And if we send a messenger, do we have to go back to send a messenger, or can we just like phone home?
I'm not sure.
We would need to create the letter and then give it to someone to send.
Can we make it short and then send it over the sending stone and then have somebody at Dragonhold send it off? Or did we want to send it off?
Don't you have access to the sending spell? Oh,
I don't have it.
That's right. Your clerics are all click class level. I'm surprised Bard doesn't have access.
Yeah, I haven't seen it.
Interesting.
I haven't seen it.
Here's a crazy idea. There are 2 adventurers in town that we're relatively familiar with. Do we want to try to offer one of them a job?
It's not a bad idea.
Sure.
I mean, realistically, if we offer Virginia the job and can convince her to go, we'll probably get Lansky for free.
Bards can learn it. It's a 3rd level evocation spell.
Oh, is it? There it is. Okay. Well, totally didn't even know. I'm sorry.
All good. I'll leave the magic and the notes to you guys.
So focused on lightning bolts.
It's a good spell.
Yeah.
So what about then Spark? Are we still doing this job for Spark?
I mean, we agreed to it, so I think
We did. I mean, I would feel bad that we're leaving him in the lurch if we don't help him now.
Yeah, and if Dragonhold needed to get a hold of us, they have the ability to.
They do.
And
I
we
mean,
have
if
the ability to get back quickly.
I was going to say, we have the ability to get back quickly. So if there's an emergency, we absolutely can peace out and get home.
Yes.
So do we send them a message now simply saying what we're doing and to contact us if they need us basically straight away?
Right.
I think that's a good plan.
Following up on a lead, contact us if you need us kind of thing.
And I mean, it's not like Dragonhold is completely defenseless. We got Bjorman's Bowman. We have I keep forgetting my guy's name. Babka?
Babka.
Yep. Babka.
Yeah, we got Babka.
General Babka.
General
Yes.
Babka.
Of the
Said
5
2
armies.
Is that your title for him? General Babka of the 5 armies?
Sure. Because they were 5 and now they are 1. So yeah, I think we're still gonna go and take on this quest for this wee lad.
I had a grim thought.
And if we want to send someone who we know will have some kind of push or pull to try to see the Emperor, we could hire Dr. Lansky to be our messenger.
Hey, not a bad idea.
Because we already know he's out of character. He's got a high charisma.
I mean, in character,
And
we could probably tell
got a
too.
plan. He's got a plan for it.
Yeah,
Yeah.
I mean, he'll make a good one if he doesn't have one already.
Yep. Or
I
if we
just
had a
wanna-
job for Virginia, we could send Virginia. And like I said, Dr. Lansky would probably tag along for free anyway.
I want to double check what made you believe that Lansky had charisma. I'm not gonna confirm or deny his stat block. I'm just curious what interaction you've ever had with him that makes you believe that he has a high charisma.
Most of the ones where he talks.
I would definitely say he has a high deception and persuasion proficiency for sure. Absolutely.
That's all we need.
Roguish expertise, yes. High charisma. I'll
You
let the
deceived
viewers
us on
decide.
that one. Persuasion and deception is what we're looking for right now.
Yeah. Well, if we need Lansky, he'll already figured out that we need him and he'll show up, right? That's how he thinks.
If Kithrix and Gwyneria want to write a letter to Lansky, maybe see if he wants to take the job in the first place before we just kind of auto-assign him to do something he doesn't want to do.
I think Guinea, you have the better relationship with him.
I do. Maybe I'll go for a walk and see if I can run into him again. And I can just ask him in person. But we're going to need to pay him.
Of course.
What are we offering him?
I mean, I have a bit of money. I have 1,800 gold still.
Oh.
Oh, you missed her or Miss Moneybags there.
Mm-hmm.
I can put in some as well.
Yeah, I have about.
You want to do like
I can
100
put
gold?
in.
What is it you want him to do?
Talk to the Emperor about what we know so far as the cult and the undead that are creeping over. Maybe do we want to tell him about the portal shenanigans as well?
Oh, I think we have to.
Yeah. So we'll probably put that in there.
Tell him we.
James and I can spit like 50 gold apiece to do it.
I can kick in 50 gold too.
Okay.
So 150 total?
Yeah.
150 gold.
Okay.
Doesn't feel like much.
I mean, all we're doing is
mean-
asking him to drop a letter off.
150 gold is
It's kind of a lot of
plenty
money.
for a multi-month travel, drop something off.
Journey.
I mean, you are asking him to set aside a huge, like 2 to 3% of his life, but you know,
worth
that's
it.
something you're gonna.
I mean, listen,
have to
Dragonhold is
determine when you
closed
talk
off
to
to the Empire via portal magic. Is Esport closed off to the Empire via portal magic?
Yes, because Independent City. That
Independent City. Yeah.
What if I was to give him 500 gold?
I don't understand why. That doesn't make him magically move faster.
No. But it means, because it's going to take him time though. So it's like it's more about the value of his time rather than
Sure.
the difficulty of the task.
You haven't even asked him if
If he wants to do it at the price we already have.
you can,
So we
listen,
should probably
you can
do that
set whatever
first.
price you want.
I just feel 150 is not very much for what we're asking to do for the time it will take.
So just to be clear, 1 silver piece, theoretically enough,
It's
family for one.
Yeah, it's a lot of money.
Yeah,
Yeah.
150 gold pieces, a lot of money.
It might not be to us anymore, but it is.
Yeah, that's like walking around money for us.
Yeah.
It's literally you're walking around because you're walking around
With it. James has 1,800 right now.
walking around money where I come from.
Yep. He's got two big old satchels right on either side of him.
I mean, if 50 gold pieces is 1 pound, he's carrying quite a bit of weight.
Thankfully, I have a Huey haversack.
There it is. And it helps you get it back out very easily as well.
Yeah.
Rather
It
than the
doesn't
bag
jingle.
of holding where you have to... Hewards gives you exactly what you want. The bag of holding, it's in the order you put it in.
Yeah.
Last in, first out. LIFO. Magic the Gathering.
Yeah. And it doesn't jingle when I walk.
Yeah,
That's
so,
true.
Let's have Guineria try to proposition him and see if he goes for it.
Okay.
I'm trying not to giggle when you said, let's have Guineria proposition.
You know what I meant.
Oh, I know what you meant. I just went to a different place. Yeah, so look, for the sake of brevity, you have several discussions with him. He does agree that he could go there, but he also stops and says, you could just, for this amount of money, you could probably just get someone to send a sending to someone in the Imperial Court.
In less time.
I mean, you could buy a scroll of sending for, I don't know, like 600, 700, 800 gold pieces. You've met the Archmage, who is his wife.
True.
Also true.
You've met him. Now, I almost certainly he's going to have some wards that will stop this exact thing from happening. But, you know, last time I heard, after our caper with her, she has withdrawn to her house, which she has reformed into a tower, and hasn't left it in the last 2 years.
Huh?
But she is still in regular contact with the Imperial Court.
It's in your room.
Yeah, we should start it with the Archmage, actually. It'll save him time. And it'll
I'll be
save
fine
us.
in a bit.
If we can just throw money at it and get it there quicker, it'll save on
Sure.
time overall in case something happens.
And good doctors, this is why we ask you. You have a plan. Always have a plan.
I have to tell you, I didn't have a plan to contact the Emperor same day. I have a lot of plans, got a lot of pots and pans in the fire. Contacting the Emperor at short notice, not one of them.
Now it is.
Well, one thing about you, Lansky, is you're very versatile.
Thank you. I appreciate that. I think he pulls out one of his weapons that's on him. He says, this also has the versatile quality.
He's had cuckoos.
It's a longsword. It's a D&D joke.
It's D&D. Okay, so we do that. And are we taking off to the town after that?
Oh, we need to
Well,
rest overnight.
Rest the night.
Well, yeah, rest the night, but
Yeah, so let's craft the message. Get the scroll. Send the message.
yeah.
Okay.
Sleep.
You have
and
lots of
then-
money. We can speed run 800 gold pieces for a sending scroll. Do you want to use it tonight or tomorrow?
Tonight.
Yeah, tonight. Go ahead.
25 words. Choose your next words carefully, Spartan. They may be
Your last.
I chose my words carefully. You should have chosen yours. This is Sparta! That scene was so sick.
James, use
You know that was
ChatGPT
an
real quick.
outtake.
ChatGPT is terrible with any sort of word count. Yeah, I'll
No
say give me
letters
25
in there.
words. It'll give me 600 words.
Oh, jeez.
Yeah.
It'll do the first like 25 words, and then it'll start a paragraph that begins with, as a language learning assistant.
This is why AI can't do fingers. You can't say, give me exactly 5 fingers.
Go get headphones. Go get them for me. I'll see if I can fix them. Sorry.
That'll confuse someone.
Yeah, we did do it in 25 words or less. You just have to put it in the beginning. 25 words or less is not a lot.
25 words
what
or
do we-
less. Plead with the Archmage to explain your entire situation. Ask the Emperor for help. Situation is thus 4 paragraphs.
So what are we going to say? What do we want to tell them?
A new
Help me workshop what the message is, and I'll shorten it to 25 words.
a new enemy emerges from plane of it's still a lot of words.
It's right. Give me the full thought, and I'll shorten it.
Okay. A new enemy emerges from a plane of undeath. Many have embedded themselves within the land. Different cities may have been from the undead. No, the necromancer from the Battle of Dragonhold, something like that. Require your assistance to require your aid to fend off this enemy.
Okay.
Something like that.
Wait a second.
We got him. Yeah, if you haven't seen Twitch chat,
We got him.
what Rooster is putting down.
I haven't been in it.
Spreading the word of waffle fries.
Hell yeah. Get them, chat.
Hell yeah.
We're going to make this a franchise. Dragonhold's going to be the next capital of waffle fries.
What do you do with all the leftover potato?
Listen, we don't worry about that. We send it to Esport, back to Esport.
No.
That's a long trip for a potato to survive. The
We can
mushy
make
part of the
we can make potato donuts.
Potato donuts, yeah.
You're not. No. What can you make? What can you turn potato into that people would like to drink?
So when we tell
Yeah.
Exactly.
when we tell the Emperor this, what do we want the Emperor to do? Like, do we want the Emperor to contact us? Do we want the Emperor to send forces to Dragonhold? What are we asking? We're letting him know. What are we asking for?
Yeah, you're right.
Need help to plan counter-offensive?
Okay, how does he get us that help? Do we? Because he needs to. He doesn't know we're in Esport, for example.
Send
So
emissary,
to
Dragonhold.
Dragonhold,
okay.
and then we use our sending stone to tell Dragonhold to
I
make.
think the big thing is we want him to be ready because us popping through essentially created a war type scenario.
Yeah.
It was effectively a declaration of war.
Okay. I think I'm ready. So I'll run this by. This is not the sending spell. This is rerunning it by the group first off.
Okay.
We encountered necromantic cults. Hand and eye symbol. Cult infiltrated many cities. Cult potentially planning invasion from Death Plane. Send emissary to Dragonhold to discuss.
Because White
2025
Kithrish is the lawyer.
Sounds good.
Also, not a good point for Rooster. Potatoes can just be used for horse feed.
Yep.
The leftovers.
There we go.
When we get more horses that aren't trying to bite me in the ass.
All right. Are we happy with that then?
Yeah, that works for me.
Yeah.
Okay. Do you need me to do you need me to say it again after you?
I got it.
Okay.
When you are ready to send it, you tell me.
I think we're ready to send.
Okay. You get an answer back from the Archmage that says, I need you to come to my house.
Okay.
I will have an associate, Dragonhold, prepare the symbol to tell.
Probably should have did that before we accepted this quest.
Well, I mean, so we don't know who her associate in Dragonhold is, do we?
I mean,
We
the
don't.
Empire certainly. You're a border country that's mildly aligned. It
I mean,
wouldn't be
she said
unusual.
she said I will have an associate in Dragonhold. I wasn't sure if she's implying she already has an associate there, or she'll send somebody there.
Not clear.
Okay, because if they're already there, they're gonna know we're not there. If they're going to go there, they're going to discover we're not there. But we can at least send back to Dragonhold that the Archmage is sending an associate to Dragonhold. We will return in, should we say, how many days? I mean, it's 100 miles. So even on a horse, you probably cover about, 60, 70 miles in a day?
I believe at D&D speeds, you cover something like 8 miles a day on horses.
Okay.
With double speed.
So it's going to take like 3 days to get there.
3 days to get there, a day to solve the problem, if we're lucky, 2 at most, and then
teleport to Dragonhold.
yeah.
So we're thinking like
I mean, I think we spend a week away.
Okay. Problem is, she said I need to come to my house, which implies that there is something that she needs
Yeah,
above and beyond just talking with us on this. So
there wasn't like a time frame, like a hurry up and get here now kind of time frame. So I'm wondering if we can take that week to get to her.
I mean, it's all out of the wording. I need versus would you? Yeah, implies a certain degree of urgency, but we have committed to something here. So
yeah, we can't get out of it.
And what are the Hey, Guild of Adventurers friends, what are the rules around having to return a contract if you're not able to fulfill it?
Hey, P, what are the rules of returning a contract if we can't fulfill it?
You've already spent some of the reward.
We have.
We know we weren't given the money. We were
I
only
thought
given
that
the sword.
Tanira went out and all right. It turns out you
we were
guys did
given-
actually have some cash. You did have some cash.
Yeah,
Sorry.
he said he'd give us cash at the
specifically
end.
gave us the sword and then said we'd get the cash at the end.
Yeah, you're right.
I
I
don't think we saw.
look, you can decline the job now. It'll be a reputation hit.
Yeah, I don't really want to decline it, to be honest with you.
Yeah.
I
Now,
think
look,
we can
it's
take
not
the week.
unusual for quests, especially of this manner, to require you to go do something first before you we need to get the knowledge that we need to defeat it. If you can frame that,
That's how I want to frame it.
But
because I think we can still find some information.
is that slightly dishonest? Can you live with that? Is the real question.
I can live with it.
Yes, I know you can, Bearded. I wasn't really talking to you in any way, shape, or form. I know you can. You literally debated morality with a being of pure morality.
I apparently lost too.
I don't know that you lost. You just didn't win.
Neutral zone.
I think we can explain. If we explain the situation to this 15-year-old kid in the morning, after we've all had a good night's rest.
Look, if you tell the Adventuring Guild, we thought there might be some relation between this thing we were already doing and a theoretical undead cult, that will probably cover you if you're not standing in a zone of truth. Some of you may believe it. Yeah.
Yes.
Tanira, no.
Is that this village is not going, or this town is not going to seek other help because we've accepted it, and every death that happens, between now and when we go back there to help them is sort of on us.
All in favor of going to the town.
Bargain we have to raise his hand.
Okay.
I think we need to get. And honestly, I'm not sure that. Look, I feel for this kid, but we are talking about the fate of the entire world with an invasion of undead dragons. I mean, can we really spend time to stop for every random side adventure? You picked this job up because you thought you needed money, and then it turned out that we actually had giant piles of cash on us. It's insane.
All right.
I don't have giant piles of cash. That's why I thought the idea was good. But okay, that's fine.
But if we need to teleport multiple times,
I think
the cash
when we
could come in.
go back when we speak to the Archmage, maybe we can negotiate someone her to help us find someone else who can do this job for us. And go and
subcontracted out.
Yeah.
Fine.
All right, so we're going to rest the night. We need to tell him in the morning that we're not going with him tomorrow, but we are going to send help, and then we need to teleport back to Dragonhold.
Do we want to try to take the kid with us?
To Dragonhold?
Yeah. I mean, he'll be safer in Dragonhold than he will be here without, running around.
I mean, he could always stay at keep trying at the Adventurers Guild to find somebody to take the job.
He's already paid a deposit,
I mean, we can give the sword back. It's not like he gave us cash and we spent it.
None of us can use the sword.
Yeah.
Not that I think he can use the sword, but you never know.
Yeah, he can use it to find somebody else.
Hold on.
Do the job.
Tanira has greatsword proficiency.
So how much was he offering?
4,800 gold pieces and his grandfather's sword.
Okay.
And I think you're here for the greatsword. It's a +1 greatsword that does D6 force damage as well.
Yeah.
Was it D6 or D4?
It's D6, powered by the light of the moon.
I mean, by way of apology, I'm happy to give him another 500 gold. He can then add on to his offering to try and attract more people.
That's on you, son.
Look, the Archmage called, and I kind of think that
we'll talk in the morning. We just say, look, literally, we've been summoned by the Archmage of the Empire. This is a pretty big deal. We feel guilty, so I'll give you another 500 gold to add to what you're in. We'll return your father's sword, and if we find anybody we can send here to help you, we will. Is everyone happy with that?
yes.
Yeah, I think we can live with that.
Okay.
All right.
Let's have that discussion in the morning. I'd like you to make the persuasion check, since you're the one telling him.
Well, I was like, am I telling him though, or we're getting Guineria?
Well, you're the one that said it out loud, but yeah, sure, we'll let Guineria say it.
Okay, so you need me to make a persuasion check?
Oh yeah, for sure.
So before she goes in to do that, I will request that, because nature is all life, and we need to help him. But I will request that the spirit of nature guides Guineria in helping him understand and helping him move on to the next.
What's the bonus?
D4.
It's just a D4 added to your D20.
All right, +1 D4.
You rolled a 3.
How did that happen?
You rolled a 3. How is that number so high?
Rolled a 3, get 17.
Expertise. That's right.
Yeah.
Unbelievable.
My passive persuasion is 21, by the way. People just do what I need them to.
No, passive persuasion isn't a thing. That's not a thing.
Then why is it on the sheet?
Yeah, every skill is passive on the sheet.
That passive only applies to 3 skills. Persuasion is not one of them. D&D Beyond added passive that is not on the official D&D 5e character sheet you can find in the back of the adventure. There are 3 skills that have passive numbers.
I want someone with like 25 plus passive sleight of hand and just find shit in their pockets all the time. They've just randomly stolen.
That's not how that works.
Okay, all right.
17
Still, I rolled a
persuasion.
17.
All right, look. The thing about rolling well is you're still only getting the best outcome of a situation. And you certainly didn't get it critical. So you have crushed this kid's hopes and dreams for sure. I mean, someone finally listened to him and took him seriously and treated him well. And now you are immediately abandoning him in the light of day, giving him more money, but he has nothing to go with it. And so, kind of
like that sometimes.
ashen-faced, he just slowly, wordlessly picks up the bag of money, adds it to his other bag of money, straps on his grandfather's sword, and slowly trudges back to the Adventuring Guild. While the
hope you're
sad
happy.
music from Scrubs plays. It has destroyed him as a teenager, physically, emotionally, to have people who took him like an adult and then immediately abandoned him when they thought they had something better
it's
to
the
do.
Incredible Hulk sad music. The
Yeah, sure.
Banner walking away.
It's still a 17, so it doesn't end really badly. It just ends poorly.
Okay.
Okay, he's gone now. What do you want to do?
We need to portal to Dragonhold.
Okay, you go
Yeah, I
back
guess we
to
need to go
the
home.
Esport portal. You are
Yep.
stopped by 2 different guards who are like, whoa, 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 whoa. Hold on a second. I've seen your faces on the poster. All right, you guys are allowed.
Thanks.
Let you
Interesting.
into the teleportation circle room to cast teleportation
Do
circle.
they have
room.
our pictures on it?
I mean, when you say that, he reaches into a like metal ring binder and goes to show like your faces are in like the VIPs allowed to pass through.
Oh.
Diplomatic credentials from Dragonport.
Do we look good?
Yours does not look good because yours follows a criminal warrant.
They always get my nose wrong.
Yours is like wanted at outside city boundaries for several counts of arson and murder, thievery.
Oh, so like my description doesn't look good, but does the
Oh yeah,
picture
no,
all right?
your description looks good, but yeah, yours is like accused of witchcraft, accused of communicating with demons, consorting with devils.
Witchcraft
you
is new.
You arrive back in Dragonport at your teleportation circle. There's no one there. There's no guards. Where did you put this thing?
At
Behind the theater.
Behind the theater. All right, you just appear behind the theater. Inside, you can hear the morning crowd lining up, and like you hear a theater manager.
You mean behind the stage, like backstage, or physically behind the building?
I thought behind the building.
That's what I thought.
Yeah, it just looks like a piece of unused stuff behind the building.
Yeah,
Unused set piece.
a stage set
Yeah.
piece of like a magical circle. So you can hear inside the building, you hear someone going, "All right, I want to see those high kicks. 5, 6, 7, 8."
High kicks are so last century. All right. Let's go.
Now, how do we get to the Archmage?
Well, let's go to our keep, and someone will find us.
She said to make sure we had the sigil ready or something like, right? We had to
We
have
would be
something ready
given
for
this.
it.
No, what she said exactly was, I need you to come to my house. I will have an associate in Dragonhold prepare the symbol to teleport you.
Gotcha.
Mhm.
So we need to go there and find the associate.
Yeah.
And we shall do so.
Mhm.
Next time on Dragon Ball Z.
So where are you going?
To the keep to find
I
the
guess we're
associate.
gonna look around to see whether somebody makes themselves known to us as make sure that we are visible so that someone will approach us.
Well, you have 2 people with really high passive perception. One of the skills that has a passive. You are passing through the town this morning. Things are a little unusual. Yesterday, a undead horse ran out. The leaders of the local town returned from an unknown location and then immediately destroyed the rune that was on the portal that they just recently re-added, and that seemed really ominous. And then they disappeared, leaving no word with anyone where they were going. But when people see you, the talk ends. There is one person who is treating you all a little oddly, who even subtly gestures for you to come over to speak to you outside of the church. It's
Oh.
Vittorio Cognac Caster.
Ah, I knew it.
Yeah, I go see what.
Fluffles his black robes and kind of.
Yeah, I go check out and see what Vittorio has going on.
Puts his hands together and says, I believe it's time for confession. I can't take your confession, but we do have a priest here. You'd all like to go inside the temple to God of the Forge with me. Maybe we can all confess something to each other.
Okay.
Sounds good. Which Temple of the Forge? Aren't there a few popping up here and there now? Oh.
Yes, but the one that the guy I'm standing in front of me.
Okay.
So he leads you inside, and as soon as you're inside the cool darkness of the temple, he reaches into his robes and pulls out a piece of like leather that has a rune hastily carved into it with what like a burning stick, almost like a charcoal.
Mm-hmm.
He hands it over and says, "This will get you the Archmage's primary residence just outside the tower."
Thank you.
Right. Thank you.
Thanks, Chief.
Well, it's actually a teleportation rune, or it's just a room we need so that she could cast teleportation circle tomorrow.
You will need to cast it now. Take you there.
Okay, so the rune itself is magical. It's not just like so she can familiarize herself with the destination rune and cast the spell herself. Okay. All right. I mean Guineria when I say she.
Yes, I understood.
Well, I have 2 slots, so I cast it this. I can cast it again, and we can go right now.
I'm afraid that I will be returning. So, I suppose this is the last time we'll see each other. Goodbye.
Why?
Oh no, such a
My
shame.
cover here has been blown.
Oh. I mean, you could stay if you want.
Yeah.
I'm afraid I'll be reassigned somewhere.
Well, it's good to know you while we knew you.
Goodbye.
Mm-hmm.
Do we get a replacement?
I will leave behind my prized collection of casks.
I appreciate that. Thank you.
All right, he offers you all a handshake and then just gets up and leaves very ominously.
Well, now we know to look for somebody else when we get back.
All right. Let's do this.
All right.
Do we all have to touch the leather, or how does this work?
Just to be clear, the leather is just the symbol of the destination point.
No, I have to make the circle.
Yes, this will not teleport you in any way.
Gotcha.
We could go back to out behind the theater, and
Don't know how magic works.
This is your Stargate code.
Yes,
Got it.
this is the 7th chevron.
Yes, the 7 symbol.
Yeah, there we go.
Make sure you commit to memory.
Now, just remember, in Atlantis and Universe, they revealed that you can get an extra symbol.
Yes.
Nope. I've honestly just recently saw the first movie, and that's about all I need to know.
Stargate Atlantis is pretty okay. Stargate Universe. Sorry, Big Spoon's the chat. I shouldn't slam on it too hard. Stargate Universe is definitely from the era of television that included Lost, where they'll have like a full-length emo song play over a montage in the middle of every episode.
Gotcha.
There'll be
Charmed.
no dialogue. It'll just be people walking past each other, acknowledging each other, or not acknowledging each other, while a full 3.5 minute long song plays.
Gotta love it.
Okay.
To
You
the
arrive
Archmage.
outside the Archmage's. You remember it being a mansion. It is now a traditional stone tower that does not appear to be very wide, that goes straight up. There is an archway with no door in it, and you can see that there are runes that if you make an identify spell while touching them or make an arcana check, you can tell what they do, but they are definitely glowing with a teal magic. They are inside the archway, so as you walk through them, they will activate. Tanira, you have any magical skill at all?
Nope.
You know
I literally was just like, I don't know magic, guys. I don't know how teleporting works.
So on a 19, I'm going to tell you that these runes are abjurative. They prevent something from passing through it.
I don't think it's going to let us pass through.
Hopefully not us.
But we can try.
Oh my! I prepared explosive runes this morning. Someone here is the big fan. What a great, great
I get
spell.
max exploding runes when I have Taco Bell.
Wow.
We didn't need to hear that. But okay.
That's incredible. Does anyone else want to do anything with this door while you're all standing in front of it?
I mean, I figured it was the doorway to her magnificent mansion.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And that's where she wants to meet us. So I guess I was planning to walk towards it.
Okay.
Same.
All right. You all pass through it.
Called it.
That's where we're going to end the episode, because right here, right on time.
Awesome.
Stargated right into the next episode.
Well, just to be clear, you asked me to randomly generate adventures, and I did randomly generate not just one, but two adventures on the fly with a full set of cast for you. And now you've abandoned both of them.
When that happened, I was not a party to that.
Spoon is out here trying to be like, oh, you're trying to tempt them with random adventures, and I'm like, no, they went for them. They did this. I'm like,
I thought we changed our mind because we figured, we should keep on playing.
Sorry, we have no big ticket adventures for you today.
So can I just tell you, with your portal there, Arthur, that many years ago, I was once in a role-playing game where the GM thought they'd come up with a puzzle where there was like a doorway we needed to get through. And every time someone said, I go through the door, they just get teleported back to the other side. And the GM was obviously looking for us to say the action in exactly the way he wanted. So I step through the door, I go through the door, I enter the doorway, and we're there for like 2 hours with this GM just giggling to himself. We couldn't figure it out until the final answer was we had to say, I enter the room on the other side of the door to not get teleported away. It was one of the most annoying role-playing systems I've ever played.
I mean, I got to be honest, that's from the kind of people who wrote the language parser adventures in the 80s and early 90s, where it's, oh, I pick up the nasty knife and I equip to wield the nasty knife.
Yeah.
Where if you don't do it exactly the way that they wanted to, it won't work.
Yeah.
Some people just like feeling superior, James.
Yeah. This person definitely.
Friends, while we wind down here, I just want to mention that I'm deep in Crusader Kings 3, and I'm fucking lost in it, man. I'm never pulling myself out of this hole.
I just started playing Cyberpunk 2077 again.
Oh,
So I'm deep in that hole.
because the Liberty expansion came out?
Yeah.
All right, cool. Gonna do some nukes for America, bro.
Yep. And getting through the story because it glitched last time, so I wasn't able to progress. So I'm
Okay.
actually getting through it this time.
All right, Cyber Runner.
Doing my thing.
Anyone else got thoughts on this episode? Not that I'm trying to rush us out the door, just curious.
No.
And I want to make sure I cut off any Baldur's Gate talk before it happens. James and Beard will be here 2 hours later.
Pretty much.
Talking about the efficacy of arrowroot.
Only reason I wanted to go to that town was to punch stuff. So,
Yeah.
Hey, the only mention I made of Baldur's Gate 3 today was in support of you, Arthur.
I appreciate that. I'm gonna have to up my puzzle game now that you've set this new bar where you know what? That's it, James. I'm gonna include a puzzle in every BattleTech show that I have from now on, including all the one-shots.
is it going to have a 90s montage song next to it?
This is gonna
the
be
entire
a
time?
montage. Just a montage song for the montage.
That's such a great song from that movie.
I mean, it understood. It really understood the assignment. I don't know. I don't know what else to say. I feel like my mic was cutting out a lot on
Right,
OBS
okay.
today.
Yeah.
You
You
know,
sounded good
I
to
think
me.
it was
Yeah, I
coming
heard
through
you
on
fine.
Zoom, but I think
Yeah.
OBS, there were times where I was talking and I didn't see any green lines on OBS.
It's your angle of attack.
Yeah, it could be. I mean, I feel like I'm almost directly on, but sometimes my settings get a little too restrictive. As they say, you need to clearly enunciate. It would help if we were doing post-episode audio work with the raw feeds. You know, like a real actual play. Oh boy, I'm still smoldering about that. And not smoldering like, I'm smoldering like in hellfire.
like
I'm so
Godric's
mad about it.
armor.
When I
Yeah,
used to be
like-
involved in theatre AP, there were three definitions here. There was professional, semi-professional, and non-professional. And
Oh, I'm
we
100% non-professional.
well,
James.
so we were non-professional. Now, what non-professional was defined as then was people who are professional actors choosing to do this work for free. I.e., it was professional level quality, but without money exchanging hands, as opposed to semi-professional, which was sub-professional level quality. So, would you say you're a non-professional? Then you know that you are a professional level streamer, just not getting paid for it.
Amateur, unfortunately. Can you truly be said to be a professional streamer if you're not a Twitch partner or a YouTube partner?
Yes.
All right. Well, you can say that. Sure. All right, friends. Are we good for next week?
No.
No.
No?
Week after.
Well. You're going to have to wait 2 weeks to find out what's going on in the Archmage's mansion. Flesh Tower.
/ Merchant Tower.
Did you say slash tower or slash shower? I heard slash shower.
It's tower.
Okay, nice.
It's a tower.
I don't
It's a
know what's
tower
going on inside
shower.
the Archmage's shower.
It's just a one big shower in the entire thing. There's no floors.
The shower in the tower is what gives us all the power.
Can you imagine water falling from like 5 stories hitting you? The amount of force behind it would be incredible.
I mean, it's a great deterrent to not have somebody come into the tower.
No one bit on my chorus line reference either.
That's true.
Next time.
All right. Be back in 2 weeks, probably.
Mm.
It could happen. Anything could happen.
Bye.
Mm.